Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Life Stealer.
PSG.LGD.
Dark Seer.
Team Liquid's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to PSG.LGD.
Templar Assassin.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero. Prepare for battle. "30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
First blood begins once again.
First blood? What is this? I came here to be tested.
Weed's over in the jungle. He's not even near that mid lane, so he's going to miss out. And that's quite a big miss when you miss out on 2 range creeps.
Absolutely. I think Somnus identified that Weeha is playing, well, obviously he's playing jungle. He isn't in the lane, but maybe took a chance on how far Weeha would be away and pushing it up just at that time. It's a really big loss for Wee.
Mind Control continues to contest this top lane. FY doing the best he can to pull. Looking for the denials against Mind Control. As GH's made his move in towards mid lane. That is one person who can stand back in this lane.
Right. They can put the Rubik here, and he can just take some CS with Fate Bolt every wave, and Darkseer can get what he can top, but without help up here, once FY hits level 3, there's actually kill potential. So all you can do as Darkseer at that point is cut waves, and you see FY blocking up the big camp, nicely done. Mind Control will be forced to play in the lane into Ame. That's where Lion can come in with those 2 long duration lockdowns and maybe set up a potential kill later on. He's just going to be pulling. Mind Control might even retreat to the jungle at some point, because this feels kind of like a checkmate situation top. You can't pull, you can't stack, and you can't cut the wave.
Yeah, and so if you just Iron Shell the wave, Ame will farm it underneath the tower.
Yeah.
So even that push doesn't help you.
Yeah, he used 2 shells on a wave that isn't even going to touch a creep. That feels really bad. And this is because FY has pulled the small camp. Mind Control was hoping that these 2 Iron Shells would get him 2 or 3 CS. But instead, he gets pretty much absolutely nothing. He'll get a little bit of experience from this creep wave coming his way. Yeah. But he's out of resources.
He needs that. He needs the Soul Ring.
Yeah, he's currently hovering both bottle and Soul Ring. I'm guessing he will go the Soul Ring route.
He can fly the bottle from the side. Miracle. That's a lot of damage from the dual breath, making him just think twice about moving closer towards Charles.
Kuro has a South Ring.
That he does. Kuro's also got a decent amount of damage. With the movement of Jakira's moving towards the bottom lane, looking for a rune. He's found a haste rune. Probably going to have a bit of a peek over and see what Weeha's up to.
Yep. Exactly.
Weeha does not want to lose that big Dark Troll. X-Nova's watching him for it. It's like, all right, you want to attack him? All right, you ready? Yeah. Got him.
Oh, we got it.
And now, X-Nova, he hung around a little too long. GH has a pickup, has Fable available if he has to consume up the Mango. Weeha doesn't have a slow to work with, but X-Nova And he got the dual breath off, so Weeha doesn't have the movement speed. X-Nova's going to come towards the tower, and Weeha, he's really chasing for this kill. This will be his first for the game. And Weeha even gives him a tip. It's like, thank you for making me work for it. Oh, nice stomp. Spirits down as well. Chalice, well, he's not going to be able to get the rune from this. And what's Kuro really got? Miracle. It's a lot of damage. They war cry up. X-Nova now arrives. It's 3 heroes with that dual breath. And Liquid feels like they have to back off, right? So
he has the surge, so the Hex will not counter him off here, and he will get away. And he got a rune up here, so Liquid got 3 for 1. And that kill for TA. That's pretty good overall for them.
He's just banking. He's got 1,300 gold on this Darkseer for the moment.
He is gonna buy Soul Ring and a Raindrop.
Okay. Meanwhile, there's also mass observers and sentries coming out in that courier. So how do you feel like the timing is going? Kuro. Let's not talk about timing. So Kuro needs to run for his life in the trees. This won't be the first time he's died running away from both Jakiro as well as Centaur. May not be the last. So how are you actually liking the timings? Like, you have 3 kills on the board, golden experience. It's a little bit the way of LGD, but no one has a clear outcome. Who does this really work well for?
It's working out well for LGD, but this is how I feel like every Huskar game is. It's like, have a good start, but if you have 1 or 2 bad fights, the hero just falls off really hard, in my opinion, in most games. So
well, he used to be known as the guy who needed like the Aegis, right, to actually stand in the fight. So is Roshan something they look towards, or is there other ways to ensure the fight?
They will absolutely want to get Roche later on, but you also usually, historically, have played Huskar with some sort of save, so that you can keep them alive and make sure that regen kicks in. Classic combos of both Oracle and Dazzle, but there's not a single save on LGD in this game, so if you go in and commit as Huskar, you're not really getting out again outside of a Stampede.
Fire control's totally fine. He actually left the double iron shells up there, so he was getting experience in farm. They weren't really ready for the second one to come from the trees.
LGD are pressuring Miracle really hard. He's actually so far away from the Midas. Lifesteal is having a much better time than him. 400 gold ahead currently. And we also have to remember that Kuro has kind of sacrificed his game more than the supports of LGD have as well. Chalice level 6. And they're just not letting Miracle breathe. Every time he goes for a creep, they cast all their spells on him. And he's so low now that he's probably going to have to go to Shrine Up.
10-stick shot.
Already been used, so he can't even do that. He's playing down here with low health and a pack of tangos.
Not a lot to fight with. But as you said, like, oh yeah, so Kuro sacrifices himself, but you are getting a lot out of GH because you can put Weeha into the jungle. He's taking all of these stacks.
Yes.
He's only 500 net worth behind the Huskar, and keep in mind, these aren't lane creeps. These are jungle creeps, and they're not even ancients. Now FY comes a little closer. He's underneath the TA trap. He'll trigger. GH has to get the telekinesis if they're going to get this kill. He actually goes for the attack. He doesn't go for the instant grab.
They're worried. They think there's more heroes here? Or... Well, not completely sure what he was scared of there. Maybe he must have thought there was some sort of backup coming, and they backed off.
I can tell you it wasn't Huskar, but maybe now he'll come. There's a full damage rune. So Somnus can have a bit of a peek over and see what Weeha's up to. He's going to see it. Yeah, they're looking for a bigger kill. Yeah, Kuro gonna drop as well. Miracle's coming over with a Stormhammer. As Kuro will put Chalice to sleep. But that double damage Somnus, Miracle doesn't see him. If he runs up this lane, he's totally dead. He has to get back behind the T1 tower right now. I think Kuro might have got a glimpse of him. And yep, they definitely see him now. Kuro cannot have enough time to get the stop. The Miracle to the trees and the TP. They stampede. LGD chasing Miracle down. He needs to almost Stormhammer too, and then begin the TP out to safety. If there is done, there is not. Miracle. The burning spears will not be enough damage to kill him.
Now X-Nova is going to skill Ice Path. Yep. You just know it. It's like, oh man, if only I had Ice Path.
1 point. I just needed 1 point.
Yeah.
I think you're short the mana too.
I had stick charge. It would have been enough, but yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense for him to.
GH instantly jumped. He's able to steal life break and then try and turn the damage back over, but that won't happen. Uncertain what he was looking to achieve in this bottom lane. Kuro as well as Miracle were a long way off.
And I think this is the first game on Jakiro that I've seen from X-Nova that he doesn't skill Ice Path before level 5, but he just needed the attack speed slows in the lane against Kuro, so he maxed those 2 out first. And against Miracle, Dual Breath and Liquid Fire just amazing against this dual lane in particular.
Man, when do we see Weeha have an influence? Huskar rotates, and with the help of Centaur, they take a tier 1 tower instantly. Like, Weeha's been spending all this time in the jungle. He's building into the Desolator. There has to be a purpose here. There has to be an enabler.
Well, you're playing Sven and TA, and you lost your lanes, so you can't really do very much right now.
So
when you look
you just recover until fight?
Yep. There are just very few plays available on the map. If you look at, yeah, you have to try to play catch-up, right? But it's not easy. Now you lost 4 bounty runes because your heroes can't really fight. And it's a strategic problem for Liquid in this game, absolutely. I would love to see them make moves, but which move would you suggest? They have Darkseer to play around with Ion Chill. He can try to fight with Miracle, but Miracle lost his lane pretty hard.
And Miracle may die. The smoke maneuver from LGD. They get your line break forward. Miracle gets a quick stun out. X-Nova, hey, nice pass up and running. GH will end up stealing, maybe create some space. No, the dual breath. It came out, so he can't create any level of space. And just back up and accept the fact that he's dead. 10.5-minute minus has also completed an Ame for its first usage. So the money for the cause, the 1 positions, really starting to separate heavily. 3.2k to the 4.8k.
Liquid just needs to keep pushing lanes. I think Miracle has to accept that he has to jungle, and you can either put the Darkseer, maybe put Darkseer bottom and Sven top, but because Lifesteal is so far ahead, I think he's also going to struggle up there. So he's kind of limited on where to go. They need to just push waves out, try to get 1 or 2 key items. I think what you want to get is you want to get the TA Deso, and you want to get maybe 1 item on Sven, but he's going Midas, so that's also going to take forever. It's just, there's not the best pairings for Darkseer early game. You know, Liquid have played it with the Ember, they played it with the Alchemist. Sven is a slower version where you need levels in Vacuum, and you're ideally... Here we go.
Yes, they do. Dead for 30 seconds without buyback available. And this will be an opportunity to push the lanes. Maybe even take a tier 1. Chalice will arrive.
That was the best possible play on the map. That's where they used the Dark.
Oh, they're going in. Wait. Chalice is coming back closer. He's trying to play around with them. There's still Iron Shell burn damage, but Chalice is drawing the attention away. Meanwhile, X-Nova thinks about his rotation, but so does Kuro. Everyone looks so glowy. Chalice, open wound, stolen by GH. Here's the Storm balled out. Chalice, what does he want to do? Miracle staying with him. The Stormhammer's already been committed. And with the extra support arriving from LGD, 4 heroes come to the top lane. But Kuro's Spirit, it comes in, and the Stampede comes forward. And what have you got stolen? It's only the double edge stolen. That's not exactly what GH wanted. But X-Nova is with the Ice Spark. Miracle doesn't have the movement speed anymore, and the Spirit's been pulled back in again. You do have ET Splitter, and Surge is coming off cooldown. So a lot of commitment from LGD, and all you got was the Rubik.
I love that detail from Chalice, though. I agree, it wasn't the best of a fight. They only got the Rubik kill, but he Stampedes and instantly double edges a creep next to him to make sure he knew GH was waiting for that Stampede to try to steal it, but he was just faster on the fingers there with getting the double edge off. Secures them that kill. Liquid, however, they will be putting pressure on the mid tower, and defense has to come in now. It's coming in through X-Nova with the Macro Pyre. Should be able to hold this. He might need help from +1. It's coming right now. Centaur will join. No Stampede, though.
Weedown really wants to finish this, but because he's overstayed his welcome, Chalice passes with X-Nova. They put him down. FY doesn't have the mana for a finger, but goodbye, Templar Assassin. LGD go from taking the tier 1 tower on top, now bearing down on the tier 1 tower in mid.
That was surprising that that LGD stayed for that. Vici Gaming? Nope, they're not in the tournament anymore. LGD actually... Liquid just kept going there with the Centaur TPing in and Jakiro in position, and they were only the TA and Sven. These 2 heroes right now, they are not a threat. The threat in this game is Darkseer. He's the one enabling the Sven plays. He's the one that gave them this top kill in the tower. If you're without your Darkseer and you try to go into Centaur, there's no way that's going to work.
If the Desolator was done, it might have been a very different scenario, but...
we have barely got to attack. I think he would have died anyway. So a bit of a blunder, and this gives LGD an even bigger lead now to 4k gold. Keeping the ramp up. Ame is not going Radiance. His Armlet completed in about 100 gold, so that's another big power spike for them. But
I love this from
nice power kill.
With the Ice Spot, they can keep Chalice away from it, so we can't deny it.
This is, in my opinion, this is one of the absolute best spells to steal in the whole game. Like, not in this game, but in Dota in general. Ice Path on Rubik is insane. You have no cast time. You have the longer debuff amplification with the Arcane Supremacy once you start skilling that up. And GH, if Liquid are going to win this game, look for that spell in fights. You can get it.
They messed up the smoke a little bit, but Chalice is going to come out anyway. They saw him move inside the pit. He'll move a little bit further north. Templar Assassin wants to fight. He has the double damage through, but what are you going to do? Go into Roshan? They have to bait the fight. GH wasn't caught inside the smoke. That's why they feel a little bit less confident about this. Ice Path doesn't catch Chalice. It feels like Liquid are just like, they're throwing their fishing rod out there. Forgetting to hold on to the handle, however. Nothing's biting. Oh. No jump forward from Weeha, even with the surge up.
3-for-1 rune, LGD.
It's the Huskar who's not involved. Something you don't normally think you'd say 15 minutes into a game. Normally it's Huskar who's the one jumping forward. Somnus has 2 kills to his name, but he's building into the BKB first before it looks like he wants to fight.
That will be a crazy timing for LGD, because if he has BKB before the TA and the Sven does, he can just jump in with 0 risk. He can always just use the disarm or else in trouble.
Stampede, they're coming forward. GH picks him up. He's probably able to steal Stampede, but as you said, he doesn't want it. He wants Ice Path instead, as Chalice walks away underneath the ET Spirit.
I don't want it. Yep. Indeed, I mean, even though there's only 1 minute left on Ice Path, you see the prioritization there from GH. He thinks it's
God. There needs to be help with Miracle. Once again, Liquid, they just have one player who's a little bit over into LGD's territory.
They were not ready at all for that play to come in from LGD. Another idea to go.
Connects over on, and then you get 2 back from GH. So you can lower a little bit of the damage of Chalice, but Somnus has joined the fight. Denial of the tower there from GH.
Nicely done. LGD, it's a little bit of a thorn in their side, this Rubik in this game, getting that deny as well, but I think they're still feeling pretty good about their chances. All of their cores are having a great game. Lion also having an outstanding game. Even the Jakiro, Xnova, who we generally see be really poor, when he's playing this Jakiro, you just get that extra farm that you don't see on other 5s. He's up to 31 CS, very high for him 16 minutes in. Has that extra 1k gold over Kuro. And that can either be converted into a core item, like a 4-staff that he's building right now, or it can just give him superiority in terms of the sentry game.
So much confidence from LGD when you switch into Halberd for Somnus. No BKB protection required. They feel confident.
But there's a big timing coming up for Liquid, at least. The Templar Assassin is getting Dagger after these 2 camps in the jungle. Sven's close to Echo Saber, Darkseer's close to Mech. When all of these items align, Liquid will try to take a fight, I think, because you can't just keep playing the map like this. You will get caught off once in a while, and it's too expensive. You need to fight for the Roshan and not let LGD take that on the Huskar. They might be playing kind of a game of chicken, like around this Roshan pit. Who wants to try to go for it first and then you counterplay?
It's going to wait inside the pit. Chalice is coming in there to try and get rid of the TA traps. They have a Sentry Ward nicely in the middle, but it's funny because that Radiant Sentry Ward is in range of the Dire Ops, but they can't cross the river.
Yeah.
That's where 2 of those deaths from Team Liquid happened.
I'm not even sure they know there's a ward there. Have they had vision there for a while? It's nighttime.
They haven't walked close enough to it since they put the sentry down.
Their ops doesn't see it though. Liquid don't know, right?
I don't believe so, no. If they did, GH would have gone for that money a long time ago.
Well, it can be dangerous to go and deward this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
like I'll steal the regeneration rune. He's keeping assistance. Aether lens first from the Rubik. It's the same for the Lion. They both want to be these great players from the back lines. But it always feels like FY is setting up. He comes again with the Hex and the stun. That refraction won't protect him. The perfect chains up with the ice. Path and Weeha, refraction. Melon still sits and burns.
That Aether lens on Lion. Weeha was trying to play around the possibility of getting jumped from the side. He probably had his finger on the dagger in case of an ice path or in case of Lion walking into Hexen, but that lens extra range, FY gets him from the trees.
LGD's going in.
And that's go time, yep. No TA for 25.
GH is trying to reach the Jakiro, but it feels like Xnova is playing just close enough but far enough away.
This has a full halberd. Sven can't even fight into him unless they get a perfect
Here
combo.
comes ET Spirit, GH. What's he got? Stampede forward. He only got Mad Ray now the line. Not what he was searching for, the Ice Path. Not in the first position, but with a finger of death. Rubik can buy back into the game. Roshan down at 3.2k. TA's up in 2 seconds time with that Blink Dagger. It's quite possible to contest Roshan. But do they have enough with the surging forward of the Darkseer? No, it's just Arme. He's creating space, allowing him to go in for Roshan, but Huskar hasn't finished the job. Roshan's coming out of the pit. He can't be attacked there. They jump in the double set with a clean damage. They've already gone through 2. Santor and Jakiro will fall. Miracle wants to finish Roshan with that God break. Something trying to push him back. Aegis Immortal is in the hands of Miracle. Just like game 1, this that's going to be like, what's that, the best case scenario for Team Liquid?
Yeah, I would still call that a victory. Oh, there's a Hex, but he got the rune already, FY. It's going to back off.
Is it just because you don't have the Aegis on the Husker?
Yeah, you're pretty happy with that. Like, the whole sequence leading up to this, with the kills, with TA dying, with then GH dying and having to buy back.
There's 2 buybacks as well from the Centaur and the Chikuro.
Yep, you got a core buyback out of LGD, and you got the Aegis. You also got the Roche kill, right? It wasn't a steal.
It was Roshan killed, yep,
Yeah,
Radium.
So, all things considered for Liquid, that's not that bad.
Oh, Darkseer, once again, this Aether Lens of FY comes into work. 8-1 charges are available. Darkseer able to get the surge. Mind control, getting some distance. And now they try and turn around in for the Storm. Arme, he committed the race, and Miracle will come in with the Iron Shot. They'll get these great step chains. Does FY. He's going to split the fight once again, but Arme, he's armor toggling his way to safety. Weeha needs to chase him down. There's your burst damage. Arme still continues to go. Liquid, they really want Arme, but they may have to settle for FY. He's still worth quite a lot, however. But it's not what you came for.
It's a kill nonetheless, and you have to remember that whole sequence started because they tried to go on mind control. So when you consider mind control survived and they got a counter kill, it's pretty decent. But at the same time, LGD, of course, they weren't there with their whole squad. It was just 2 heroes pulling, 3 or 4 heroes. I don't remember even how many Liquid had there, but it took them really long and they started rotating around. Huskar and Centaur in the meantime, completely free farming and keeping up, building up these items. And we should remember, Somnus, by buying this halberd that he did in the last fight, didn't have BKB. It's going to be his next item. And when he hits this timing and gets an Aegis, things get really scary. So the next big objective of the game again is going to be Roche, but it doesn't spawn until in 6 minutes, so there'll be a lot of items on the field.
I'd say we have some time, but LGD smoke up. They're coming for a hunt. No Blink Dagger just yet over on Charles, so there's still no jump ability from LGD. Something we haven't actually seen at all. Defensive infest, sure. Aggressive,
Might find mind
not yet.
control.
Mind Control's going to surge himself straight in the middle of the man. Walks away from the stun. The range is too good for FY. Hits the finger of death. The damage on the Mind Control. He doesn't have time to stop being a fish. Get that back as well as 1 charge off. And now the Blink Dagger is here from the Centaur. Arme, do you want to hitch your ride? Charles is a good driver.
I don't think there's any reason to do anything right now except get this bottom tower. Want to start? I don't think you go high ground here for LGD. That would be pretty dangerous. I think you absolutely wait for an Aegis before you think about going that route. So they're going to spread around the map again, maybe get an aggressive ward out in the enemy triangle if they can get over there. Somewhere in that area would be nice, but maybe they will catch Miracle.
TP comes towards the top lane under the dire Obs and Sentry. They feel very comfortable, but you do have FY maybe in no man's land. As it is daytime, they see FY quite clearly, put him to sleep, and then jump. A chance coming in. He's got a surprise. Package delivery from the Team Liquid. Will you receive? They will. Miracle. The damage is so huge, but then he turns around with his own cleave damage. Trying to bring down the Centaur with the Darkseer wall and the Ice Blast X-Nova. Everyone just stops and looks at each other, frozen to the bone. But now Husker jumps forward over towards Kuro, looking for his own fight. But GH, he's killed off Chalice. They want the other one. They want Life Sealer. The Storm. Arme on almost no life. Now turns to Weeha. Supports, both down for LGD. Arme and Somnus running away from themselves. And Team Liquid finding that big combination. It feels like it's starting to work from Team Liquid. That back into a big Stormhammer, into heavy damage, even when Miracle doesn't have that heavy damage. He's just an Echo Saber and Midas.
Yeah, but the big items are coming out from Liquid too. They're close to BKBs on both TA and Sven.
Blink GH
Those
too.
are truly game-changing items because that's something Huskar is just not very good against. Once BKBs are popped, his efficiency drops.
The sustain's getting through the roof too. Darkseer, Mind Control, and he just keeps, he plays this, the old Aura kind of style. Vlad's is done, the mech's available, GH on the Rubik. We already saw how amazing FY was in game 1. With this Blink Dagger, he's now been even more enabled. And we see this whole fight, the disarm just wrecking apart.
The Surge is also extremely important to keep in mind against the Lifestealer in these fights. Whoever Lifestealer goes on gets surged away until he has either a Nullifier or the hero is stunned by Lion or the Centaur. So in that fight, Miracle ended up kiting Lifestealer for a good 5 to 10 seconds behind the tree line. Just couldn't get on top of him properly. That's what Lifestealer wants. This hero hates playing against Surge. He hates playing against Force Staffs.
And that's exactly what's in the group buy.
That should help.
Yep.
Need a little bit more time for TA to finish that BKB. Actually, with the range creeps up on top, she is, well, with this creep wave,
Have it now.
will now have the money. So BKB for Sven, BKB for TA, and now also BKB for Husker. So hey, everyone gets a BKB. Look under your chair.
And Lifestealer has one by default.
And he's going to get a second one as well. Through rage as well as item.
Yep. Not fully convinced that that's the right choice in this game for Amit to do. I get what the idea is, that these fights are going to be long and you want to be able to do something outside of rage and sustain. But the trade-off is that you lose a lot of damage that you could have had by going an AC route or a nullifier for the infest jump out of Centaur to kill up, like blow up pretty much anybody that you could find. That is what you're trading off here. But he is committed already with the Mithril Hammer. He's not going to commit to anything else.
TA was in range of the Observer and Sentry Ward when the smoke happened. It was very, very late on the smoke. LGD aware, they even hit the scan. And that smoke maneuver from Team Liquid. TA Trap trying to scout out the Centaur in the trees. He'll come down and kill it. It's like, well, if you want me, come at me, bro. The TA Trap will trigger again, a quick blink away. But he's still sitting behind the tower, and the rest of LGD smoked up, moving in. The Storm Hammer is already over with a crisscrossing on the ice path. Something will jump forward. Miracle, he needs protection. Having the damage against Optus and the pickup. They catch out the Jakiro. The ice path will be removed by Weeha. Mel striking down next Nova. Armade's going to walk up the hill too with that BKB to use for the initiation. The back wall combo won't get enough. In fact, the disarm on TA. She has to run away. The BKB.
Attack from the Lion is going to kill her. She would actually survive if not for that one attack.
He doesn't even have the plus 90 damage.
Was surged up, was BKB'd, was running away, had dagger soon, was BKB'd. BKB twice, apparently.
You can't.
Man.
Well,
What a spell combo from LGD there. The original jump when they force out the Sven BKB and reset, Liquid feel good about themselves and feel like they can play round 2 with the Huskar BKB going on cooldown. But they reconnect, and that jump was just excellent from Chalice. The jump on his own shrine, getting the information from the Observer Ward earlier.
So now LGD try and take control of the north. Anything that helps understand where Team Liquid's coming at them, even an infested Centaur. Not just control, if they're able to kill right now, Roshan will be in 15 seconds.
Spawning super fast. This is almost minimum spawn time. I believe the clock just ticked over, so this is a very fast Roshan spawn. Liquid will know they have a trap in the pit, so they will know it first.
Miracle can't even join this. His TP's on cooldown for another 17 seconds. He's pushing the bottom lane. And LGD, they're hovering around this tier 2 tower on the top. GH is pressuring the mid. So Liquid just trying to relieve the pressure.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're not defending this top tower, but they might find a double damage for the Sven. That could be really big if there ends up being a fight. He's not looking there, though.
Oh, it's a dire Observer Ward. This, actually, no, it's still a little... No, it sees. And it sees Weeha as well, planting more and more traps around.
It now. He's going to walk into this DD. Liquid might want to fight with it. See if they take it on either of these two.
Who wants it?
Nobody yet. Is there a bottle coming?
There's a Rubik coming. That's all. You ain't giving it to him. So Roshan's up, but with Liquid having the trap, the second LGD begin it. Liquid will know. And they're going to smoke up the double damage room. But of course, again, the Observer Ward is just... How many times must Liquid smoke underneath this? And look what LGD do. It's like, well, we'll sit underneath our Observer and Sentry. You take our side of the map and we'll take yours. Dire, well, the Courier will get sniped as it moves over the top of the Templar Assassin, revealing the fact there is the DD, but the Observer and Sentry. Someone needs to drop something right now. They dropped 2, well, yeah, Observer Sentry down, but that's just got scouted up by the other ops. Centaur, post up, challenge! He blindly went into the trees, they thought he was in there. He was for a moment, now the pick up and throw down. It looks like Liquid are uncertain if they really want to have this fight. Weeha hits the back line, looking for X-Nova as well as FY. He's in to actually keep that control and actually get the kill on FY. Thanks to the stop, Jakiro's actually asleep in the trees. Miracle's trying to come through, the TA Trap will get the reveal. X-Nova, Miracle actually dodging. Needs to go back into the top. Arme's protected by the rage, so he's fine. Quick buyback from FY. They still don't know that Roshan's up. TA set up a couple of extra traps in there.
And that was a good play from Weeha, that fight. He jumps in and forces the supports away and gets a kill on one of them. Forcing out the buyback from FY. This is what TA needs to do in this game. Jump in and kill the Lion, if possible.
Got rid of the
FY,
off.
though, he's
Somnus.
gets out, just barely.
Defensive refractions available. Chalice. Look at Arme. He's like, yeah, this ain't happening. Back to farm, boys. Remember Roshan. Remember the bounty rune that you walked past. Go back and get it. There's still another 2 on the bottom lane. But everyone's eyes are on Roshan.
Well, for now, Huskar will grab the bottom 2 runes. Closing in on an AC.
Love of this from GH. He's managed to steal a level 2 Finger of Death. So there's a little bit of extra burst damage that Liquid has to work with.
That's a lot of damage. That's not a little bit.
Spell amplification of 26%. You'll take it. Probably should also take that Sentry Ward while you've got the Spirit up there, but he's feeling a little cautious. Everyone's backing up. I'm not seeing a smoke right now on Liquid. The Radiant are scanning, and it does ping. It's Arme just farming up the Ancients. The TA traps are gone from Roshan, so the Sentry Ward planted down by X-Nova. In fact, 3 of them in a triangle watching anything around the river area.
They have pretty good control here right now. With the Solar Crest on Centaur, they also kill Roche relatively quickly with the Huskar. So Liquid should be feeling a bit of urgency of staying up here and getting up here in the first place, and they will connect, but obviously Huskar, in the meantime, pushing out and farming bottom, taking advantage of Liquid having to regain this area.
As long as Kura could stay in range, you can at least keep checking Roshan, like sending the Spirit out. You can put down extra TA traps. Even if you do want, like, you see the TA trap in there, you have to enter the pit to get rid of it. And this is just great information, but you're putting him up on the hillside for the moment. As it becomes a 5v4 standoff in the front of Roshan. Huskar, as you mentioned, the only one not there. He's trying to finish the Assault Cuirass as quick as possible. While a heart is the choice from Arme, attempting to become the immortal. Chalice this time around, not caring about magical damage. He'll jump in. You'll see the TA trap. This is what we're talking about. Uncertain if he really wants it. GH gets the pick up and the back trap. Pull Chalice as far over to the Radiant side of the river as possible. The only thing you were missing was the ability to turn him around and force down from over.
If they had a stun to connect with there, maybe they could have tried to go for a burst with the Finger, but didn't get the opportunity. Sven was too far away for a Stormhammer.
And you need 25 on TA to get that melt dash.
Yep. He's getting there.
He is.
Level 21.
So is Sven. Like, what happens once he hits that plus 40 God Strength?
Then he gets 40 Strength.
That's a fact. Can't debate.
Man, this is so tense, right? Like, you can imagine what it's like playing for both of these teams right now with the limited vision that you have with the importance of Roshan.
Oh, that's close, Arme.
He's got a heart, though.
There's your blink up. DH starting with the Melt Strike.
Oh, that's
with
not
the hearts of the
Liquid.
tents, the Ice Path off point, and the BKB, the 8-second one burnt from Weeha.
They wanted to try to force something there onto the lifestealer, but he got the heart, got instant force death, and now there's no TA BKB in this fight. That's really, really bad news for Liquid.
And LGD's loving it. Baited into it, Miracle. As the Iron Shell's ready to go, you will need that jump from Mind Control. They back! Pulling Chalice off the hill! Not willingly dying! The EZ's gonna go to Roshan, and look at him go quickly. Sentinel has buyback available. Somnusham's forward, instantly down to half-life. But he's looking for 2 of them. Through Roshan, hiding inside the pit is Arme. The Spirit continues to cause problems for LGD, and a huge buyback on the Centaur, but a double damage room for Lifestealer, the 34-minute route.
money changes hands.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Be disgraced. Pity.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
The hidden ones have blessed me.
Fire and ice!
Radiant are scanning. Dire are scanning.
Gold for my foe. Gold for my master.
Invisibility.
Illusion.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Regeneration.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
What surge is this?
Gold for my folk.
Changes hands.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
To good use.
Fire and ice.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Blessings.
Regeneration. Visibility. the damage.
Regeneration!
Accepted. Gold for my forge.
Radiant are
That should
scanning.
help.
Invisibility. Secrets.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
This guy has no chill, man.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are falling.